I'm here in Miami, Florida, and here with me is a very dear friend. Now, her husband will make jokes and everything about our relationship and our friendship, but of all my current friends, the people that I stay in contact with, I can't think of too many people that I've known longer than Ellen Kramer. Ellen, is that a fair statement?
I think it's definitely a fair statement. We've known each other probably since we were born.
Yeah, we grew up in the same community in Nashville, Tennessee. You know, we went to the same temple, belonged to the same country club. We weren't that close growing up, but we knew each other.
Right.
Our families knew each other. And if I'm getting out of line, just, keep me honest on this. But I'm not here to talk about that. Today, let's tell what I call the story of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Many Thanksgivings.
Of many Thanksgivings. Now, as it has become our tradition, while many families get together with their immediate, let's say, bloodline relatives for Thanksgiving, we do things a little different. We have a group of college friends, I guess it's 30 people or so, who over the years, in our group, it started smaller and it worked up. I guess I started really getting involved in Thanksgivings when I was forcibly moved to Florida full-time back in the year 1999 or 2000, but I did attend Thanksgiving before then. Now, I remember just the past few years, as I look around the table, and we have various families there,
right.
And a lot of our friends, none of them would be there or be sitting at that table had it not been for a specific event, and that was you meeting your husband, which happened in 1974. Now, Ellen and I and her husband, Jeff, sorry, he's not in the video right now, but we only had 2 microphones.
He wasn't allowed.
Yeah, okay. I was trying to give a good excuse, but now you know the real reason. That what had happened, Jeff, who's a very dear friend of mine, I knew Jeff through my college fraternity. Well, Jeff had a previous girlfriend to you.
Right.
Now, what had happened, he didn't take the breakup well. And it went months and months. I kept hearing his whining, I'm not meeting anybody, blah, blah, blah. Well, one night, and we were not sure who we were with, but we know that we were able to attend a dinner at the Jockey Club of Miami. Now, neither Jeff nor I could afford it, and we're thinking it might have been our friend Frank Levy who invited us. We think there's someone else there. We do remember that while we were there, it was a Sunday night because there was a Monday night football party that had Howard Cosell and Dan Meredith sitting at the room over, and we kept peeking in. They were
at the Jockey Club?
Yeah, at the Jockey Club. They're in the room. Well, we had a little bit too much to drink, and probably about 10 o'clock at night, we're leaving there, going back to the University of Miami, and he, Pierre, and Jeff go blah, 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 and I said, this ends now. So we pulled into Ellen's dorm room at Pearson Hall, and I called from downstairs, which was not strange for me to go by to visit Ellen, and I said, hey, Ellen, this is Andy, I'm downstairs, can I come up?
It was like midnight on a night before I was going to be doing my student teaching the next morning.
And what were you wearing?
And I was wearing a football jersey and my hair up in a beer can to make it straight, and I thought, oh, it's just Andy, and he knocks on the door, and
here it is. It's me and Jeff. We both had a little bit too much to drink, and I just said, Jeff, this is Ellen. Ellen, this is Jeff. You guys trade phone numbers. Back then we had landline phones.
Right, no cell.
And then what happened from then?
Well, from then, he took me out on our first date about a week later. Of course, it was playing tennis, so it was for free. He didn't have to pay anything, and then we went and looked at Christmas lights not long after that, another for-free date, and then we became an item, and
you got married. Now, when you got married, the wedding was in Nashville, Tennessee.
Right.
And at that wedding, Jeff's brother, Richie, met your friend Sally, who we went to college with.
Right.
And then
they ended up getting married.
Okay, and now when we go to Thanksgiving, it's the Kramers, both the Rich Kramers, or the Jeff Kramers and the Rich Kramers.
Right.
And there's also the Browns. Now, let me tell you how the Browns fit in this equation. This has somewhat to do with how we met. Mm-hmm. That Mike's dear wife, and we miss her, Andrea, who we lost just a couple years ago from cancer. I dated Andrea for a few months, and we ended up being good friends. And Mike was a fraternity brother of Jeff and mine. And I remember this like it was yesterday. My nickname in college was JD, juvenile delinquent, not Juris Doctor. And Mike came up to me one day and said, "Hey, JD," he goes, are you dating Andrea anymore? And I said, "No." And he said, "Do you mind if I ask her out?" Which, you know, from a friendship, I think that's really
huge.
good karma.
Yeah,
That's really good.
Yeah.
And they live happily ever after. Now, because of that, you know, Mike was already in our circle of friends. Andrea became in our circle of
Right.
friends, and you ended up being, you know, friends with her. Now, at our Thanksgiving table, we have the Kramers, we have the Browns, and on your side we have Brooke. On Richie's side, we have your nieces.
Shira and Rachel.
Okay, and then we have Jonathan and Jared from the Browns.
Right.
And that's why when we look around, and who am I forgetting?
The Greenblatts.
The Greenblatts, and that's through our college fraternity, who they wouldn't be sitting at your dinner table had you not met Jeff.
Right.
So we look at, and I guess the story to be learned here, the lesson we learned, is that when two people meet and you're friends, and you have a circle of friends, that circle can keep expanding, and you never realize how it expands until you take a moment like we're doing now.
Right.
And look back.
Look back.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and just like how we've evolved, it's like Brooke, my daughter, and like Jared and Jonathan and the Greenblatts, like they grew up almost like sisters and brothers, and so it's, you know, and then they're going to be going to each other's weddings and whatever, and hopefully their kids one day will play with, you know, and it just keeps growing and growing. And it's each year at the Thanksgiving table, like you have, you know, Rachel's boyfriend who came and Brooke's boyfriend that came, and it just keeps growing.
Did you ever stop and look back? Had it not been for that fateful night?
I mean,
when Jeff and I
you
rolled
have
up
talked
drunk,
about it, yeah.
wearing a football jersey and curlers in your hair, that we wouldn't be sitting there having dinner?
No, I mean, all of us together every year. I mean, it's tradition, like we did it for years, and then we did it at the Browns for many, many years, and now I've taken it back. We did it at Andy's house one year, and it's just a tradition that we're all together at Thanksgiving, and we all look forward to it. We have Chelsea who flies in from LA with his family every year. He doesn't want to celebrate it anywhere else, and it's just become a great tradition. And
if you look at it, none of those people will be sitting at your table had you and I not met that night.
That's right.
Is this a trip of a lifetime or what?
That's right. Absolutely.
And again, I regret that all the aggravation caused you by me introducing your husband, but look at all the good things that came out of it.
Yeah,
Jeff will get that one, and so we're all friends.
Everybody will get it that knows Jeff.
Anything else you'd like to add in on this?
No, I just am thankful that, you know, you and I have remained and gotten even closer as time has gone on, and your family and, you know, my family have known each other forever, and it's just it's like, let it continue and more good times to come.
And you know, let me add one thing to that. It's, you know, you said you're thankful. You know what I'm thankful for? I'm thankful that I have friends like you, and I'll tell you what I mean. When times are good, everybody's your friend, but my friends know. I've had some negative issues in my life that I started, were my fault. But you never really know who your friends are until the chips are down. And I got to tell you, you and Jeff and our Thanksgiving family have always been there for me.
That's true.
And you know, and I always love you for it.
Will.
Ellen, all I can say is thank you.
If your friends are there, then everything's all